Welcome, everyone, to Analytics Are For the Nerds, a comedy dynasty football podcast. There's 50 days until the end of the year, and the penny has seen its last day. Let's go.
Wait, what?
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bag.
Did you know that Al Capone is the reason we now have expiration dates on milk? Huh? Expiration dates. He did have plans to move into the dairy industry, take over.
He decided to kill people instead.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth.
That's so good.
100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet.
Big feet.
Lots of feet in
Little
the
feet.
mouth. I'm sure.
So many feet. Long live Dolly Parton.
Hold on, I gotta look up how she
It's not.
is.
You're looking. Wait, do you not know who Dolly Parton is?
No, I know who she is. I'm just trying to see what she looks like now.
Is still with us?
No, I want to see what she looks like now, because like 10 years ago I would have. Oh, I still would. 100% still would. Absolutely. How old is she? She's got to be like 80, right? Are you judging me? I can't see you because I'm looking at Google.
That ticker. Let me see.
Oh,
Third round, a late third round, Josh Allen. What do you do?
Oh, I was like, what? Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, happy week 11. How are you, gentlemen, doing?
I mean, it's been a rough week over here, I think. I know we try not to, we try to stay with fantasy and not talk too much local stuff and about the Bills, but
We're getting into
yeah,
that.
it's, since Sunday, a rough Bills loss followed by 3 days of snow and rain. Depression time is here for sure.
Yeah, we're in our just playing James Taylor music in our cars by ourselves after driving home from work era. It's very sad. We're sad here in the city. And the penny, it's the last day. It was minted today. Last day of the penny, everyone.
Wait a second, because you threw me for a loop here.
Yeah.
It's like, can I still use the ones I have, or are they just not making any more?
They're not making any more. So our currency is still intact, which is great for now. Recession money. They should be making more pennies, ladies. Am I right? But it's the last production was today of this penny. The mint will continue to press the nickel, which costs about 14 cents to make, but we're going to go penniless. That's what the current person in office said to us as a country in February, which is kind of fun. We will be penniless, but it does cost over 2 cents to create a penny. So most currency does cost more than its actual value, which is kind of interesting. So I guess just hoard your pennies, melt it, and sell the copper. Right?
I don't get any of that. So wait, I don't know. I guess I don't have any follow-up questions because I'm confused. My mind's already blown.
I know. So if anyone finds a 2026 penny in their pocket, that's not real.
Someone's out there counterfeiting pennies. That's the newest thing.
I can't wait to meet that person. It's gonna be like someone in my family would I'll finally make a name for myself. How are you guys doing though? Ryan, I know the fantasy overall, were we good, bad this week? How'd you do?
It was a great fantasy week. Not great for real life rooting interest, but yeah, fantasy wise, it was excellent for me. I mean, it's right now, it's crazy to think how much of the season is actually over. And we're really approaching playoffs, and I get it. We knew it was happening, but it just feels so quick every single year. It's like, wow, you put all this time and effort into fantasy football, and then it's already almost over. So that's It's kind of like, a microcosm of life, really, if you think about it.
Yeah. Just a few billion dollar organization. So it's perfect. And then we'll talk about soccer afterwards, and you and I will have a good time, and Louis will just cancel those podcasts. And then Louis, how was your week? How was anything fun? Any
we're just we're going to, like I said, the Bills game was a fun hang. We went to a local bar to check out the game. Good friends, friend of the show, Mike Shope, and we kind of did a little hang watching the game. Met some new friends, as always. I never go out without meeting new people, whether or not they want to or not. It's been a week. Besides that, I'm in home improvement, so rain and snow does not help that. And I see that I did forget to mention, but I did see that you got a haircut. But I also wanted. No, and I wanted to send you a text, and I'm so glad I didn't, because now I get to ask about it now. There was a you tagged, I believe, the people that cut your hair, and I believe it was called the grooming station. Am I right?
No, that makes me sound like a horse.
That's what I thought. So I feel like that's. Wait, who was it? Groom service. Groom service did a great job. It still feels like you went to a dog place. I saw it. I was like, wait a second, is she in one of those vans that that they go around and groom dogs?
Not below me. Spray me down I love a good bath and a good they tell this and they hear like trimmers. I'm like, I don't know if I should. Okay. It's a groom service, but oh my gosh, thanks for noticing. I got my haircut. Thanks.
Yeah, I did notice because you posted about it, and but that means I am in tune with your social medias.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Step it up, bro. No. Ryan's out there saving lives every day, and I'm like, why aren't you noticing my haircut? I got bangs. Okay, very fun. So I guess we're going to talk about other things besides haircuts, but and then we'll talk sports. If you're new to the podcast, that's what we do. I started us off very, very low, and then we go into sports. But we're going to start with this first really interesting stat that I saw about sports. I love a good. I love stats. I love research. And this came from the University of Texas at El Paso. Researchers analyzed 13,000 penalty calls from 2015 to 2023. They found that postseason officiating apparently favored the Kansas City Chiefs disproportionately, especially during the Patrick Mahomes era. Key findings cited in this press coverage are: opponents' defensive penalties in Chief playoff games were more likely to produce first downs. More subjective calls, for example, roughing the passer, appeared at elevated rates, favoring KC in postseason. And that's all I'll give you for now. But isn't that? We all kind of knew it. There's always that thing that the refs kind of favor who they want. But I love that 13,000 people were just rewatching 4 games, and we're like, yeah, these people suck. Any thoughts? Any takes on that study?
Yeah, I definitely have some takes on that. So for me, I think that what it fails to differentiate or point out is that the key, I think, is really home field advantage. So I think they've done studies as well where they show the effect of the home crowd that has on referees. Because KC plays at home so much in the playoff games, I feel like it just naturally is going to work out that they're going to get the calls. That's part of the benefit of getting the first seed. That's why you want it, so that you get home field all throughout the AFC side of things. And as long of a shot as that looks like for the Bills right now, that's the whole point, is that you can get the favorable calls, you get the crowd on your side. The refs want to. It's harder for them to make calls that piss off the crowd, right? It's easier. It's human nature. So that's my assessment of it.
I tend to agree with that. I mean, you only have to go back to 2 weeks ago to kind of see that. There was a couple calls, I think, in the Bills KC game that, for once we kind of got the better of the things. Epinesa hits Mahomes there at the sidelines, which drills him, he drills him in the sideline. I still think it was probably a clean shot, but I don't know. You see Mahomes get hit like that 99 out of 100 times. You think a flag's coming, it didn't. There was another play now in that game that I'm thinking that we got the better end of it. So I wonder if that's not dying a little bit, but also I don't believe in this is, I'm going to go on a different tangent here. I just, everything about sports has really kind of illed on me here with these specific to baseball, but these gambling things with gambling's ruining sports right now. And the fact that we got these baseball pitchers that are making millions of dollars trying to win, $2,000 bets. It just did you see the video of the pitcher, the Clase, where he swears after he struck somebody out? He is legit. I swear to God, it's amazing. Now they have all these videos of going back and watching it. And he's giving, and it's Anthony Volpe, who I love to shit on because he's a Yankee and I hate the Yankees. But he's giving this dude meatballs. He fucking strikes out Volpe and he audibly screams fuck as loud as he could. It is insane that this is the world we live in. And I feel even before players, I mean, obviously if we're seeing that players aren't above it, who are the ones that are going to be most, easily convinced are these referees in these different leagues. I hate it. I don't, I'm not saying that they're betting on the games because I do think it is kind of a NFL led, protect our best players and KC are the best type of thing. But it doesn't surprise me at all. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, even to your point with the Volpe thing's very funny. Let's go Mets. But even with Miami and basketball right now, we just a month ago realized more issues. So I wonder when we're going to have an adjustment with that again. But I also love that, refs get a rating after a game, that coaches are able to rate, fairness of the game. And I want to read those reports because I'm sure there's some that are, not good. There's that guy that always refs the Bills game that looks like a jacked up Steve Carell. He was our ref all the time 2 years ago. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it Hockley? No.
I'll go.
You thinking of Hockley?
But he's ripped, but he has Steve Carell face. Anyway,
yeah, I think it is. I think that is Hockley.
Yeah,
and
I think
he's super bad, right?
Hockley Senior, didn't he retire? Now it's just his son that's in the.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's Hockley's kid. Yeah, that's funny.
But we hate him. Speaking of kids, a 79-year-old millionaire is looking for a younger woman to inherit his fortune and 50-room mansion. Sir Benjamin Slade owns a 50-room mansion and a 1,300-acre estate in Somerset, which is in the UK. But he says he needs one more thing, a younger woman to give him a male heir. He's tried everything from newspaper ads to Tinder and even froze his sperm to keep the dream alive. So how much of a noodle is this guy that at nearly 80 years old, he still can't buy his way of just finding a nice lady, having a weird night or two, and having a male heir? If you what? 79 is still looking for a younger woman and can't just adopt a child or a human to be like, hey, you've been nice my whole life. Here's my fortune. Thoughts? What do you think this guy did? How bad is this guy at dating? I do have a picture of him. He looks like every English person over the age of 60. So kind of like King Charles. And he looks like he has very, very dry skin.
My first question is, Is he only accepting applications from women? Can we all can we all apply? Because that all sounds great, and I've done worse for less, for sure. So
I feel like the 50-room mansion, I feel like if he still hasn't found anything yet or hasn't like worked his way through it, that he would be like, oh my gosh, welcome to my castle. You're now imprisoned. Clean this 50-room place. Like I just I don't know. And after like 79, I like a good smelling person. Like there's nothing better than like a freshly showered gentleman. Like the stuff like, but man, the 79-year-old, he's gonna smell like chicken noodle soup and
Old Spice.
And I just
I still spray a little Old Spice on me when I go out just to remind them of their daddies, you know. You have to do it. Just a little bit right here and there. No, so but this is one of those like those questions of like, I don't know, the really dumb like, what are the lesser of two evils type of questions. But like, here you think I'm talking about for me. If he was into it, would I put a year of misery? I'm going against my sexuality and trying to with a 50-room mansion. Think about all the girls I'm going to be able to get later. It's like, I don't know. Do you put in 1 year of misery and hard work for a lifetime of happiness? I don't want to say I wouldn't. I don't want to say that I'm at 0%.
Wow, and everyone, all the audio listeners, he's drinking water right now. So this is insane.
I was gonna say, did I just come out on the podcast?
Which is fine. Well, so congrats. I mean, you were the first one to notice my new haircut. So, I mean, I don't think I could ever sell myself like I would be so exhausted. But very, very interesting. And then speaking of that, this is connected. In 1970, there's a little fun fact on why this guy can't find a wife. 91% of women were married by the age of 30, and today it's only 32%. So I don't know if that does anything, but it's hard for 30-year-olds to find a wife. So a 79-year-old. Okay. And then just to close it up, there was an influencer who married herself a few years back, and she announced that she's going to divorce herself because the relationship became too exhausting. So I just want to let that gentleman know, the gentleman who Sir Benjamin Slade, that us women are exhausting, and we don't want to take care of you because we can't even take care of ourselves. Okay.
But also, there is somebody else in the dating pool for him now, so we should potentially pass along her contact info.
Do you think when she talks about her ex, it's just like, it's just, I mean, like, what is she talking about when she talks about her ex? When she talks about
she just totally third persons it, you know? Yeah.
What did she say about, she felt lonely despite her initial intention to promote self-love and independence. She's also based in London. She revealed that she went to 10 therapy sessions alone to try and make the self-marriage work, and explained that she had placed high expectations on herself and realized the importance of knowing when to end a cycle for personal growth.
Is there a non-zero chance that we can get her on the podcast? Like, this would be the greatest episode ever.
I want to know how many of the ones that she, like, how did it take her 10 going by herself before she realized the relationship wasn't working? He's coming to the 11th, I swear. He'll be here next week. Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's
remember when you said you'd give up a year for a good life afterwards? I think that therapist was like, just a couple more co-pays and we're going to be 10, Lou, 10. Like, to figure out that she sucks. Man, wait till she realizes that it just gets worse. But sologamy.
I don't know, man. I'm just learning about polyamorous right now in my life. So don't tell me all those things. I don't know what any of these words mean, but I'm learning. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more evolved as a person.
I respect that. And Sullen Carey is now available. So if anyone is looking, we'll work on seeing if she's, I don't know, on Blue Sky or something fun. But anyway, I guess we're gonna now. Oh, I also wanted to talk about Antonio Brown, but I guess
We can talk about Antonio Brown real quick.
Talk about that in Cats Dogs. Well, Antonio Brown is
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Sucks. That guy sucks. You'll hear more about how much I can't stand him in about 30 minutes. So, everyone, we are going to talk football, and we have the return of the king. Jameis Winston starts in week 11. What are your thoughts, gentlemen?
Hell yes. Let's go. Everybody loves Jameis. I mean, I what was he, my number one pick in just like NFL players draft, whatever that one that we did. I mean, he's great. He's so entertaining. His energy is contagious. I hope he succeeds. I mean, for fantasy, just quickly, I think, it's gonna be fun like it usually is. I think they're gonna just let him rip. I mean, that's why they're choosing him over Russell Wilson. So giddy up, let's go. I'd say let's ride, but that was Russell Wilson saying, so we won't say that.
It's so good for the NFL game. Forget even fantasy. Jameis Winston is like, honestly, maybe my favorite football player of all time. It's so incredible. I'm so happy that we're going to get this. I'm so happy that we're going to get a pregame speech, which is going to be incredible.
Yeah, glad you mentioned that. That's
dude,
great.
a pregame speech we're going to get on NFL Today. We're going to see him licking the W's. I love it. We're going to get a post-game press conference. We're going to get 4 interceptions, but 450 yards. It is just, Jameis is the most fun thing that happens to football. I wish Malik Neighbors was here to get all the catches. It's going to be maybe Slayton. Slayton's out right now. Sorry, Allie, you look so excited to say
my gosh, she's available in my league.
Let's calm down here.
Really? Let's calm down. It's like,
we're gonna throw
Ellie, spoiler alert. He's available in the lot, and you probably should stay there. No, I'll tell you.
We don't want to invest in him. We just want to.
No, we just want to watch him. I will say he would be fun, maybe with a Scatabo Neighbors offense. Darius Slayton even didn't practice today. Like, not for nothing, but Wan'Dale Robinson isn't really the type of guy that he's going to use. He kind of is slinging it, and Wan'Dale's going to be a little bit intermediate. So I don't know who. Maybe it's a little Jordan Humphrey. I don't know who's going to.
He got signed. Denver signed him off the Giants practice.
Really?
Run, so he's now back to the Broncos.
So I don't know who's left there. I know there's
Theo Johnson for sure, right? 2 tight end sets.
Yeah, the couple tight end sets. Theo might do well there. Yeah. I don't know. I love that he's back. I'm excited to watch it here.
All right. See, now I'm like invested in my draft.
Sorry. You're like I could though. What if I drop this guy?
I mean, I do have Mahomes as my QB, so I think it's a little I don't want to touch I don't want to touch it. So next up is something big from Lou. So there's a trade offer that I heard, Louis, that you are very conflicted over, and it's not my Jameis Winston pick.
Yeah,
what do you need help with? Let us know.
I want to get Rye's opinion on this. I figured I was gonna text you, and I was like, you know what? We'll do this on the podcast. Actually, in the guy who sent this to me, I know is an avid podcast listener. So I will, I believe Chris Hale. I'll say a little shout out to him. I think he should be listening. So Ryan, you're familiar with this format that I do a lot of my dynasty in. It's the start 2 tight end premium, super flex. Like, so obviously tight ends are key here. I'm 3 or 4 points out of and the victory points is, you know how that works. I don't need to go into all that, but I'm 3 or 4 points out of a playoff spot. It's not a great team. I can probably make it. There are like 4 or 5 teams in between me and making it. I'm going to run through the team real quick just so you can get a sense of how good it is. Josh Allen, I'll just go through my starters. Josh Allen and Caleb are my quarterbacks. Breece Hall, the doll right now, my running back. I don't have too much behind them. Wide receivers are Dubs, JSN, and then name your shitty guy, Burden, Bryant, Sterling Shepard. I'm having trouble with wide receiver third.
Shitty guys there.
Well, he's been struggling. And then my tight ends, Kittle and Otten. So, decent there. And I have Dawson Knox there. So I just pick up a little bit of a bump on him with the Kincaid injury and whatever. My defenses. So not horrible. I think I could probably pry to get in. Like I really do. I think that team's good enough to probably get in. It's gotten a little bit better with some injury luck with Kittle coming back and such. But then I get this offer and it's, I think, pretty good to almost too tough to take. Someone offered me Tucker Kraft and a late one, an expected late one for Kittle, Breece Hall, and Allie Gordon. I think the way I'm looking at it is I think Kittle and Breece are almost really close to Kraft, straight up, in that type of format. And then you're basically getting a late one for Allie. So I do think it's really good value to try to make this move. I'm a little gun shy because I feel like I can still make the push. Thoughts? It's also about tough. It's tough. I mean, you could maybe even start here in your analysis, but a lot of it is how do you feel about Kraft? When does he come back next year? Is it a type of situation where it's such a bad injury that falls off? We also saw that when Musgrave got hurt, he lost the job. Is it more system or is it actually Tucker Kraft? All these things are kind of going through my head here when I'm thinking about it. I love Breece Hall. So it's a really, I think the value is there. I don't know if it's enough to say that I don't want to chase my playoff dreams.
I think the toughest decision of the players that you're considering moving is Kittle. And it's because for me, he is a proven asset commodity. When he is healthy, he is going to be money for you. I mean, I do worry about his longevity just given the way that he plays. But it's also so hard to say that when you see guys like Zach Ertz, still performing. There's guys that can hang on into their 30s. So I don't know if, it's tough to give a clear answer. I do have some concern, not a lot, but some concern that Kraft never returns to the form that he had. And it was one of those, hey, remember Tucker Kraft at the height before he got hurt. And that's the risk of inheriting that asset. The first offsets it to a certain amount, but you might want another pick to offset that. I think, here I am helping you get more added to the package. But I mean, Allie Gordon is yes, kind of a throw in, but also, a valuable piece in these types of leagues, as you know. And Breece next year could end up in a really, money situation when his value goes up. So, it might not be the time for you to make the move. I think if this is this the trade deadline week, or do you have one more?
It's not. And another thing I love about those leagues is you can trade right up until the week before the playoffs, which I think is awesome. Yep. And so that's kind of where I told him. I said, I think I'm going to lean one more week and try to get another W and see if I could get closer to the playoff race. But again, I do think the overall value is good enough to take. But all right, well, I appreciate the advice there.
Yeah, I abstained. Sorry, I was just
doing your nails.
Oh, already done this week.
Oh, look at that. And your haircut.
Oh,
Look at
who is she? Who is she?
you. What kind
So
of big date you going on this week?
I'm going to Paul McCartney on Friday. I'm trying to win his heart.
Is that Friday?
Yeah.
Wait, not locally.
Yeah, he's at KeyBank Center.
That's
And
already
I saw Ringo
Friday?
Starr. Yeah.
Man.
I know. So you're not going, I can tell.
No, that sucks.
I know, but maybe you can find tickets to a Beatle.
I got Jelena, and she does love the Beatles. How many Beatles songs is he singing? Because she does love the Beatles.
This tour, he's mostly focusing on Wings. So if she doesn't
Yeah.
know most of the discography, she wouldn't know. And then, okay.
And then
you
she'd
can-
have.
Okay,
And then
but
she'd
it's
be
real quick.
booing him. Then she'd be booing him. That'd be weird.
Yeah. Oh, little go booing me. I'm kidding. Go booing me. Okay, so let's continue on sports. So AJ Brown was playing a little video game, and he revealed that, you know, if anyone had him on their fantasy team, that they should get rid of them. Did AJ Brown reveal his feelings about his team, about how he's not being passed to, how he's not catching anything? Did he reveal that this is where we're going to start a rumor, that he's looking to leave now? No. What's your take on this crazy AJ Brown story? And should he have been looking over a playbook and not playing video games? Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think he's minced words since the beginning of this situation, we'll call it. He's definitely frustrated. I don't blame him. I think he's a good player still. I think that offense is naturally only going to support one pass catcher, and it's mostly been Devonta Smith lately and a little bit of Goddard, and there's just not a lot to go around. I mean, your quarterback, if he passes 18 times a game, it's not going to give you a big pie. So I do think that's his last year in Philly. I think he's going to be somewhere else next year. I think the Patriots make a lot of sense. Any team really would make a lot of sense for a veteran receiver like him that can produce. So I think he has fallen off just a bit. You know, he is not the same player he was, of course, but I still think he's got a year or two left in the tank. Lou?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of love. It's a weird place to do it, and I mean, I don't know what the NFL rules are as far as like where he can or how he could get fined. I mean, if he says that in a press conference after the game, he probably gets fined. But I like any form of what's the word? Transparency from players and such like that. It's kind of funny. It obviously shows frustration. I don't love it because right away you saw a couple people locally, a couple sports people, you know, retweeting it and saying like, oh, does this fit for Buffalo next season? And I don't want any part of them as a Bills fan. Yeah, he's obviously not happy there. And to Ryan's point of being trying to be down on the Eagles offense for now 5 years, I think you're finally getting there. I think, you saw it Monday night, that offense is not going on all cylinders for sure. And Hurts is definitely not hitting all strides. So, yeah.
Yeah. I will say, to kind of piggyback on what you just said, Lou, is that, you know, I think in many teams' locker rooms, when there's a player that's a little disgruntled, that maybe expresses his feelings a little loud, which I do like transparency, but there's also that, you know, you are representing a team, you should be media trained, and you know to not spill those kind of secrets. You just smile and you cash that very large check, probably bi-weekly, I'm assuming. And the fact that he's doing that means that I think he would be another, let's say, at least for the Bills roster, another toxic sort of player that just wouldn't keep his mouth shut. Which
Let's go. We need that. You know, bring it back. We need that. We need Diggs. We need some fireworks back in there.
I think so. I think
you
this
want
team.
Coleman to speak up?
Yeah, well, I would love him to catch a pass first, but but after that, yeah, he can start talking. No, not to be shitty, that's so mean, but I hate him. It's so bad. Yeah, no, yeah, I think this team needs to be, but I guess we might as well. That's as good of any as transition to this segment.
If anyone is going to rewatch this video at around 34 minutes, 40 seconds, when Louis shits on Keon Coleman, I want you to just look at Ryan's face being like, I bought that jersey, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Still holding out a flame here in the back for him. So don't give up hope yet.
Yes, he's still got it. I think he'll show up. I think they're saving him.
Did either of you notice that I got in a long argument from someone who works for our former company about a video that was shared about Keon? And there was this video where we're going into this Bills disaster segment right now. I guess I'm just showing it, but there was a video that came out after the last game. It was like somebody that really was still trying to pump Keon Coleman. He showed like 7 different plays, and he's like, in this one, he drew a penalty. He legit trips into the player. The other one was like, he's open on this play. It was a bootleg to the left. Josh had 4 options on one side. Keon's open on the right side because no one's covering him, because no one's on that side of the fucking field. Like the 7 plays that this guy picked to like try to show that Keon's still good made him look worse. And I retweeted it. Not for nothing, I got the validation from our friend Jeremy White, who was like, this is ridiculous that anyone's trying to use this. And so he like jumped on with me. And then, one of our former employers podcast people try to stick up for him, and it's crazy. It's another Ryan. He's another Ryan, just trying to hold on to hope that this guy is going to be good, and he is absolute dog shit. It's not going to change. He might go somewhere else and find the right system, but it is not in a system where he needs to find any form of separation, because he cannot.
You know who else they said this about, a former second-round pick? Davante Adams. They said that about him very early on in his career.
I want to check to see what Davante Adams did his first 2 years. I don't think he did.
Absolutely nothing.
This is Keon Coleman. This is Keon Coleman right after.
You don't remember that?
No, not 2 years. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna look up his things later.
You do, because I only have 3% battery. So
I'm on Ryan's side on this. I really, yes, he's having a garbage season, but he's also second year in. I think he has that confidence of last year's like mass. I mean, he was getting Macy commercials, for crying out loud. So he probably got a little ego, which happens. He's still young, and I think he just has to work through that stuff that happens when you just start and figure it out.
Do I think he's going to become? Let me just be clear. Do I think he's going to become Davante Adams? No. All right, but what I will say is it's also very hard to judge any individual player in this offense when I don't think it's doing a very good job of using the players in the offense or designing the plays. I think it's the love for Joe Brady, I think, is running out pretty, the patience is running pretty thin. And now that Dable's available, I mean, I would 100% rather have Dable back. And I know that people romanticize that era because of the 13 seconds and everything, but that offense ripped. That offense was awesome. And I think it's because he was really good with Josh.
We're going to talk about this Bills. We're going to go into the Bills disaster. For the record,
we're there. We're 5 minutes in.
I swear, I think we're going to get Dable because there's a place for him to go. I think he's stronger as a coordinator, and I think Joe Brady's going to go coach a college team.
Yeah,
I have an idea where I think he's good, but I think that's happening.
I mean, this is another thing. Again, I know, but McDermott this week, I thought, made a no-win decision to come out and endorse Brady for the rest of the year. If things go downhill the next 2 weeks and they fire him, now he looks like a hypocrite. If things go downhill the rest of the season, they keep him and the offense fails them again, he looks like he, didn't make the right decision. So I thought that was weird to come out and endorse him for the rest of the season this week. He really I wanted to hear from my coach that he needs to be better. I really just want to, he's not all to blame here. There's
No.
we could really get into the fun. Whatever. We've talked about dumber shit here. We could get into the Haley Steinfeld blog posts where she was talking about how she was depressed a few weeks ago and needed to call a therapist, and maybe there's some trouble in paradise, and that's why Joshy's all sad lately. I don't know if you saw this, but it was a thing. It's a real thing. And it could have just been it very much could have just been like a, hi, I'm a person in this stature, and I want you to know that mental health's a real thing, and blah, blah, blah. But it was and just whatever.
I would love if you then were like, were on X and you're like, hey girl, just so you know, there was some dum-dum who married herself and went to a therapist for 10 sessions.
Yes.
I don't want to read into, I think we just had a bad game. I think people were dehydrated. It was hot there. It was raining. It was gross. Mike McDaniel is so effing likable, and I liked that he did go to the Bills.
I love it. Love it. I'm sorry. I absolutely love the troll job.
I know.
He's becoming.
I feel like most Buffalo fans would do. They feel the same.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was such a good troll job. It is tough to do a troll job at 3-7 or whatever they are.
I love it.
I still, even as much as I've tried to hate him this year, that was kind of funny. I really like that, and I liked how he answered the question too when they asked him about it. Sure.
I love that man. I love him.
Real quick, we'll end it on this. I don't think the sky's falling like everybody else does. It's really funny just to sit here and look back. We're 5.5-point favorites this week against a really good Buccaneers team. So obviously Vegas doesn't think we're as bad as last week. I think, we've seen last year where they went in that run late in season and blah, blah, blah. Not overly worried here. And maybe they need a kick in the dick. And maybe it's also one of those things that I don't know. Maybe the year that it actually happens is the year they don't have a home game and have to go start from a wild card and just get on a hot streak. Who knows? With Josh Allen at the helm, I'll never doubt them. I will say just one fantasy thing here. Josh Palmer. I think Josh Palmer starting this week becomes a very integral part of this offense. I think he was going to be starting the Falcons game where he gets hurt. I think Josh Palmer is wide receiver 1 for this team from here on out the rest of the year.
All right. Any other hot takes you have, Ryan?
No, I think if Josh Palmer is our wide receiver 1, you can forget about the AFC Championship game because that's a big problem. So let's hope that's not the case.
Well, the Jets game will be the last game we all will be at the
It does seem lit. It does seem that way. But again, to even that point, what if now the Ravens are favored to win that division, which is crazy, coming back from 2-5 or whatever they were. But if for some reason they don't win that division and say the Bills are the 5 seed and the Ravens are the 6 and the Chiefs are the 7, maybe there's a situation where we get a home game, because how exciting would that wild card weekend be if the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs were the 5, 6, and 7 seeds?
See, I actually prefer the current. Did you look at what it would be if it ended today? The Ravens and the Chiefs would both be out. I would sign in blood right now for that, and we would go play on the road at the Patriots as a 6 seed. I would do that.
Oh yeah.
You're guaranteeing me they're out of it for sure. For sure, I'd take that. So
heartbeat.
All right. Let's we'll shake off that bad loss for all the Bills fans out there and anyone who has Cook. All right, everyone. Let's review. We're going to review last week's cats and dogs, and we're going to introduce some new ones this week for week 11.
All right. So our week 10, real quick, we'll do our week 10 review. Ryan, we had some really, really good hits last week. I almost tried to share a couple of them today, but busyness, but we'll go through this here. Ryan, for your cats, you had Jalen Hurts, quarterback 19, great call. Josh Jacobs, running back 6, obviously rough. DK Metcalf, wide receiver 47, another great call. And then Hunter Henry, tight end 44, another great call. Your dogs were JJ McCarthy, quarterback 14, kind of right where he was expected. Monagai, running back 32, and he was my dog too. And so that's not the greatest. It was a little bit ahead of where he was getting projected once Swift was healthy. But exactly what we said still happened. Like, he was still very integrated in that offense with Smith. So I like that call. Wide receiver Dunze was wide receiver 8. So that's great. And then Fannin did have a rough week at tight end 17. For me, my dogs, I picked Mills as my quarterback dog, and he was quarterback 1. That was like a fun call to make, and I put my money on it too a little bit. Like, I did start him over some guys that were a little risky, and it paid off for me. Looks like Stroud's back this week, dude. I think I give him, like, if I'm the Texans, I might just say, hey.
I think it's the other way around. I think he's out again.
Is he for sure?
Yeah, he was exhibiting again symptoms today. I think.
Okay. I did not say that. I
think it's Mills again.
I told you last week, like, I think Mills is good for that offense fantasy wise. Maybe not for the end, maybe not for wins and losses. Obviously, I picked Monagai 2 as my running back. Wide receiver Jennings, wide receiver 17, which was way ahead where he was. I did pick Gatson with the injury. He ended up tight end 28. My Cats, Daniel Jones, again, quarterback 16. Are we starting to see the turn in Daniel Jones? Maybe. I did pick Breece Hall, who was running back 7. Not a good call. I did pick Drake London, thinking that Sauce Gardner would be able to match up against him. Drake London's wide receiver 1, so that's not a great cat call. And then Luke Musgrave, I just told you. I said I think it's a week too early. I thought Philly was really good against them, and he was tight end 26, so that turns out to be a good call. So he did great there. We are ready for Week 11's Cats and Dogs.
Trying to get our 2 boys ready to carry them to golf tournament before practice, right? 12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. We need to get a new screen door, but the screen's broke, so you can come in through the screen, but you can't get back out of it. I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat? By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That screen won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, we need more dogs. Bo's barking in the back. I have to go shut Bo up. Mel's like, what's going on? I said, there's a cat in the house. Cat in the house? I said, yeah, there's a cat in the house. So I told our players, I tried to let it out the front door. Meow, meow, the cat's still going crazy in there. And I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here. Meow, looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
We need more dogs. So I'm only going to talk about a cat this week. And what I brought up a little earlier, and I feel free to jump in and discuss this, but one of the most pathetic football players, I think, is Antonio Brown. And so pathetic. One is, Wednesday he appeared in court. Oh, today he actually appeared in court. Judge set him on bail, his bond for $25,000, placed him on house arrest with the GPS ankle monitor for an attempted murder. So we all know the murder was he got in a fist fight with the guy, went to a club, grabbed the security guy's gun, shot at the guy. Like, you're such a noodle. Like, I got in a fight. You're stupid. Like, you're so dumb. So dumb. And then, like, he's had, obviously, accused of battery of a moving truck driver, several domestic violence charges, failure to pay child support, other things. That 2021, when he took his jersey off and walked off the field, like, such a noodle. No one cares. No one likes you. And I hope your ankle gets swollen and it's very uncomfortable. Stupid ankle monitor. Like, what a loser. Like, in the world where you can be anything, be kind, you loser. Okay.
It's pretty insane. I mean, his downfall, like I tweeted about it. I can't wait to see his documentary. I mean, he was a normal, like, hardworking player. He was like a community guy. Like, people loved him in Pittsburgh, and it just turned. But yeah. Well, Ryan, you want to start with your cats then?
Sure. We'll start on the negative side of things. I'm going to go Dak versus Las Vegas, and that's kind of a risky call. I just actually still kind of believe in the Raiders, and not that they're going to make the playoffs like in one of my bold predictions, but I just don't think that they're going to fall, dead against the Cowboys. So I think I'm going to temper my expectations with the Cowboys offense this week. For my running back, I'm going to go with Dowdle against Atlanta. I think it's a tougher matchup, and I'm still, again, not buying that. I know he's been very good, very efficient, but I'm just like, I know ball or something. Like, I'm just going to call out that I don't think Dowdle is that good, and Atlanta's defense is. For wide receiver, I'm going to go with Pickens. He's actually ranked in Football Guys higher than CeeDee Lamb, which I think is a total mistake. And, I just also, if I think Dak is going to struggle, I'm going to go with Pickens here. And then for my tight end, I'm going to go with Pitts versus Carolina. He's kind of been on a downturn recently. He's had like 30, 40, 50 yards the last couple of weeks. And again, he's one of those guys that if he doesn't catch a touchdown, it's just not going to pay off. And I'm just going to bet that he doesn't catch a touchdown this week, just like I did with Henry last week.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like those. My Cats at quarterback, I'm going to go Bo Nix again. I think this might be my third week in a row, but I've been proven right. Like, he keeps on getting ranked as a quarterback one. He's had some tough matchups. KC's another one. I don't love him this week. On the opposite side at running back, Kenneth Walker, the third, really tough matchup. You throw Charbonnet into that mix too. I just think they're going to have a hard time running the ball. Xavier Worthy on the opposite side of Bo Nix there. I think that's going to be a low scoring game. Denver, KC, like neither team really throws the ball or allows a lot of throwing yards. I wanted to say Rashee Rice there, but I'll take the easier route and go Worthy. And then my tight end is going to be Brock Bowers. I think it might be done. I'm like, I know the big explosion happened last week. As long as Geno's the quarterback, I am not going to believe that in him each week as a top three guy. I think once that change happens, maybe, and I'm not saying just because of Kenny Pickett, but I just think something needs to change there for Bowers to be more consistent. My dogs, I'll go into really quick. JJ McCarthy is going to be my quarterback. Running back Woody Marks, he killed the Titans first time around. It was like his coming out party. He had like close to 30 points, gets them again. I think that's a great matchup for him. Trey Tucker, I said no to Bowers, but I will say that Cowboys let up the most points to the wide receiver one. He's going to end up getting a lot of targets there. And then Zach Ertz will be my tight end. So go back to you, Rye.
All right. Well, we're going to have a big, reveal next week who was right. I'm going to go with Bo Nix as my dog this week. So first of all, he's not ranked as a QB1. Consensus, he's QB 20 or 24 right now. On football, on Fantasy Pros and Football Guys, respectively. So he's ranked as a bottom at tier QB2. I think he's going to be.
15. I got him at 15 on Football Guys, but still, your point is
yeah. I think he'll outperform that. I actually think that Denver. It's just every time they play KC, I feel like they either should win or do win. I like the way that they've performed, and maybe that's revisionist history. I have to go back and actually check that, but just my memories, if my memory serves. And then just along with that, I'm going to go with Harvey. That's kind of a risky pick too against KC's defense, but I think that if Dobbins is out, like I'm expecting, you're going to have Tyler Bidet and that's going to eat slightly, but I like him. I'm going to go with Christian Watson as my dog. I think people aren't buying the fact that he's actually the wide receiver one there now. In tight end, I'm going to go with Laporta. Now that Dan Campbell took over the offense, you're going to have a guy pop off every week. Last week it was J-Mo. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Laporta more involved this week.
I like Laporta a lot this week. That's a good one. All right.
All right, everyone. We are now going to help out the New York Giants and help them draft their new coach. So we're going to do our picks for the next Giants head coach. non-football player, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I mean, just yeah, we don't need nobody NFL related. So that's just the rule we had. We don't need to announce that, but it's fine. We're never serious anyways on this podcast. But I think there's some really good ones. So let me do the order here, and it is Ryan, then Allie, then me. So Ryan, who is the number one pick to be the Giants' next head coach?
So when you're trying to come up with the answer to this, I think you have to think about a lot of things. Number one, somebody that might have a lot of time on their hands right now. Also, a plus would be as if they know and are familiar with the New York area. And this guy that I'm going to say happens to both have a lot of time on his hands and also knows the New York area. It's Andrew Cuomo. He
on my list.
Yeah. So I'm so glad I got the first pick then. That's great. So yeah. he's my first pick for the head coach of the Giants.
That's really good.
That's a great pick. My first pick is you know in movies where there's like kids that are trying to be sneaky and they like stand on top of each other's shoulder and then they wear a trench coat and then like a bowler hat and like a fake mustache. You might have seen that in a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie called The Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley. And so mine is when like the two kids are short and then they go pretend to be an adult and then they just are like, hello, and they try to sneak into a bank. So that's
Yeah, I love how confidently you went through that. I love how confidently you went through that. And I was like, wait, where's the punchline? No? Okay.
You just wait.
I think the my first pick here has to be one of the best Giants of all time, and that's Andre the Giant. I think would be a great, obviously posthumous, but we would figure that part out. If fucking Tom Brady could clone dogs, we can bring Andre the Giant back to do this. And then I think my next one would be Rick Martin. It had to be somebody in the system before. He's groomed the Little Giants. It would be Rick Moranis' Danny O'Shea from Little Giants would be a great next head coach because he's been in the system. So I'll go with that.
Great pick. I saw that in theater. Great pick.
Allie, back to you.
All right. My next pick is my favorite LGBT character in any board game, and that is Lord Licorice from Candyland. I love that he's sassy. I love that he feels comfortable in leggings. I love that he would be like kind of mean to the players and a little sassy that maybe like gives them the energy that they need finally.
I like that. Ryan for two.
Well, you know what they say, you never bring a gun to a knife fight. And I think the Giants need someone that's going to really, get in there and really fight for them. So I'm going to go with Mark Sanchez as the next head coach of the Giants.
All right.
I mean,
after that,
not NFL related, but go ahead. Yeah, sure.
I know, but he's actually not related to the NFL at all right now. He's charged criminally, and everyone disavowed him, so he's a free agent.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy podcast. It's okay.
Very, very true. Otherwise, I would have been like, "But seriously, can Pete Carroll come closer?"
Yeah.
All right. So
the next candidate for the Giants head coach, number 3 pick here, you want a Swiss Army knife, so, a do-it-all type, right? This woman recently famously outperformed developers in website design. We're gonna go with Jordan Hudson.
Damn it!
No way.
Good pick.
Did you have her on your list?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if New Yorkers just people from New Jersey screaming at her. She would probably need that to kind of, but great pick. Great pick. All right. So my next pick is I'm going to try to make New York Giant fans a little softer because they've seen so much really amazing football, and then they've seen some garbage. So they just need some love and cuddles and sweetness And so I'm gonna say baby Jelena got Louis' daughter because she is so cute and she knows football. And she'll just be like, Josh Allen. And they're like, okay, that's not what we're doing. And then, okay. And then,
she has played Madden before.
Yeah,
so
I've done that when I was a kid. Just like, pop up. Yeah.
I think for my next pick, I think in Joe Shane fashion, I think he would do some. He's not the most liked there. I think he would Google like who is the best to handle darts. He wants to be able to handle Jackson Dart, and who's the best. And so he would go and he would get the best dart player of all time, Andy Fordham, thinking that he can handle darts better than anybody. And I think that's a good one. And then I think the last one has to be, I'm kind of bouncing between a few different options here, but let's go Sammy the Bull. It had to be something mafia related, maybe somebody that can kind of, toughen them up a little bit. You thought Bill Parcells was tough. How about getting your fucking ankles broken if you don't show up in time? Sammy the Bull, number 4 pick. I like my team.
I love Could also go with just Tommy Cutlett's agent. You could just,
it could just be just his agent.
The Diet Coke version of that option.
Allie, your last pick.
My last pick.
Ryan's daughters.
My dogs. I'm gonna go with Pac-Man because if you look at I love a thick coach that looks like they can't run on a treadmill. They look like their statin numbers up to 20 milligrams. And also he's kind of, or she is I guess it's not Miss Pac-Man. We'll go with just Pac-Man. But he kind of is comatose. He doesn't blink necessarily. He's a little bit, probably has his I feel happy pills and is just walking down, and just feels nothing inside. I feel like Pac-Man is just dead.
Also has the same amount of teeth as Dan Campbell. So, so perfect for you and your lover.
I'd say the only reason
at a horse shop.
I'd say the only reason they wouldn't go to Pac-Man is he's too close to Dable. They want to get somebody that doesn't, resemble him at all. They want to go to a
Dude, I swear to God, if this was a week ago and Dable was still employed and you had to pick which NFL head coach exemplified Pac-Man the most, I would say Dable without even considering. Without even I wouldn't even think of anybody else. I'd be like, oh no, that's Brian Dable.
Maybe that's why Allie suggested it. It's subliminal messaging or something. I don't know. All right. I cannot believe you left this person for me, guys. I really appreciate you. So this guy actually has head coaching experience, albeit for the New Orleans Saints. It's Kevin James. Yes! Let's get him to coach the Giants.
Yes, and I didn't think about it at all, but as soon as you said that, I knew where you were going, and it's so good. I forgot that he had that horrible role. And that is so good. But it has to be Kevin James as Sean Payton. Yes, that's so good.
That's right.
So good.
Impressive. That was a fun draft, everyone. Any other picks that you have looming in the back?
I had Mondami on my list, but the Cuomo thing was too close, so I had to let that
go. Again, I have Ryan's dog. We still don't know his name.
Yeah, that was almost the draft this week, was trying to guess Ryan's dog's name, but
I'm gonna guess it's Chloe.
No.
Don't tell me.
That does sound like a little ass dog name, though.
It does, because you're so cute, little Chloe. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening or watching. Analytics are for the nerds. Watch us on YouTube or on X and all those fun sites. Listen to us on where all podcasts are available. Good luck on week 11. We are so close to the end of the year, 50 days left, which means the Super Bowl is right around the corner. So good luck, everyone, and we will talk to you next week.